Watch Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat.
Dan and Dago here, and I'm hyped after being at SoFi Stadium to watch the Chargers defeat the Raiders. If my voice doesn't sound as good, please forgive me. I was trying to boo the hell out of Derek Carr in that offense. My voice is very deteriorated, but not even a 35-minute weather delay could slow the Chargers or me down. Your boy Dan and Dago. Raiders decided to take away Keenan Allen and Mike Williams? Well, guess what? I got something for you, Jack. We have Jared Cook and Austin Eckler. I had all these salty Raider fans there the whole time, chirping in my ear, saying, "Oh, crowd size! Look how many Raider fans! You know what I got? Who cares? Who cares? You can't measure the heart of the Chargers players and the way they finished that game off." Derwin freaking James embarrassing that Charger-hating quarterback Derek Carr with that interception. Oh, it was a thing of beauty. Chef's kiss. I couldn't ask for a better finale. But I'll let the Compas break down that game. No one does it better than them. And they were live from seats a little higher than your boy Dan and Dago. The craziest part is my team was able to survive Gilbert and all his negative energy picking them. I was surprised. I'm glad to get the W, but I need you can't do it anymore. I'm a little I'm not superstitious, but I am a little bit stitious. I need to survive. So stick around for another exciting episode of Compas on the Beat, filled with analysis of Week 4 in the NFL. Are Gilberto and Fernando? Oh, sorry, no. That's not how we say it. Are Gilberto and Fernando buying some of the top teams in the NFL? The Compas will discuss the anticipated Fury versus Wilder 3 and the WWE draft. They do it all. They're a jack of all trades. They wear many hats. And don't you forget to subscribe to Compas on the Beat on YouTube and turn on the notifications. Also, subscribe to Compas on the Beat on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, where you can listen to all their game previews and recaps. The Compas are also on Instagram. Make sure to follow them for all the latest news and info. But now, it's time! Let's get to the best damn podcast in the universe. Play the music, Nando!
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez, Chargers beat reporter for Sports Illustrated. With me, as always, is my co-host and tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano from the Orange County Register and LA Daily News. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? Yesterday, we had a unique setting with the weather delay inside a dome stadium. And now we have another unique setting, Fernando. 2 podcasts. That's my phone, by the way. 2 podcasts of Compas on the Beat in the same day, technically. What am I doing here with you right now? I didn't go to bed till 3 in the morning on Tuesday, technically, because of the Chargers Monday Night Football game. We recorded Compas at, 1 a.m., and now we're here again recording another Compas. What are we doing here?
I don't know, but I got home at 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I even forgot to, text you. I was like, I forgot to text him back. I'm like, too late now. So I didn't want to wake you, obviously. But yeah, no, it was a great game, great atmosphere. The only thing is, I mean, Gilbert, everybody was asking the players. We were asking everybody, how do you get a weather delay in a dome stadium? Obviously, it's not a dome. There's more to it. But man, that was crazy. The whole weather delay aspect of the game.
Yeah, I think where was I? I was actually down the field, to do a little humble brag. I was on television, Fernando. Yeah, I wasn't in LA TV. I was in Las Vegas television, as you know. I used to be a reporter in Las Vegas. I saw my friend Brian Salmon from Channel 4, actually NBC, not Channel 4. Channel 4 is Los Angeles. Channel 3 in Las Vegas. I got that right. Brian, shout out to him. He got me on the field. And, I was doing our live little thing. And, we saw Stephen A. Smith walk by. But then when I started going back to the press box, a lot of people were coming into the elevator soaking wet. I saw Omar Ruiz from NFL Network. His nice
friend of the show.
Good friend of the show. his coat was covered in water. Well, not covered, but you see the little raindrops. I'm like, what's going on out there? It's like it's raining. And then, I started, it was kind of how it was the Chargers, Raiders reunion because the players shifted from teams. It's a little reunion for me. So I was shifting over to people saying hi, hello. And then out of nowhere, you see the Raiders leave the field. And it's like 5 minutes before game time. Why are they leaving the field? And you see kind of the lightning coming down from the side of SoFi Stadium. People are making jokes, like you said, about the roof, but there is kind of open air on the upper levels. Maybe, I don't know if lightning could go sideways. Probably it can. I don't really know. I'm not what is it, a weatherman? Whoever's in charge of dealing with lightning. You went back into the tunnel. It was a 35-minute delay. Fernando, it was just kind of chaotic. I don't know, for you, did it feel weird? It kind of felt a little fast, a 35-minute delay.
Honestly, bro, I need to get your Marvel game up. Obviously, Thor was in LA last night, and he must have been fighting somebody as an Avenger. So
Chris
that's
Hemsworth,
what happened.
right?
He had exactly. At least you know that. He was fighting somebody. He must have been going up against Loki's a good guy now, so he must have been going up against somebody because that's what it was all about.
No spoilers,
but
I didn't know he was a good guy now. Come on.
Bro, watch the series. He's his own version of, like, he's like that anti-hero kind of CM Punk-esque kind of dude. I'm with you. It flew by. Like, I was like, we were sitting there at 5:15. Oh, delay. And then all of a sudden I look at my computer I look down and they're getting ready to do the national anthem. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're starting early. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. So yeah, it was a little crazy. The game, obviously check out our recap last night, but now that we've had probably less than 12 hours to dissect it, strong game, Gilbert, from the defense. I mean, the defense has held each opponent. I think ESPN had this stat this morning. The defense has held each opponent to their lowest scoring total of the year so far. So the defense is putting in work. It's that bend but don't break. Joey Bosa mentioned it last night. Must have read my article a couple of weeks ago, or last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I definitely, it was interesting the way the defense attacked the Raiders. But wow, dude, to keep these guys down to 14 points, an explosive offense like that, 48 yards running the football, you have to come away a little bit impressed by the Chargers' performance last night.
Yeah, Fernando, I know there's a lot of focus on what Austin Eckler did, Jared Cook, and the offense going for it on fourth down, and that was big, 21-0 as well, but the defense needs a lot of credit. And I started thinking about Brandon Staley's defense a year ago with the Rams. I think with the Rams, he kind of got off to a little slow start. Maybe it just takes a while for the scheme to kind of, get going. And then by the end of the year, you're seeing, wow, the Rams are they're first in every defensive category. With Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, they go into the playoffs red hot. So, I think that's kind of the same process for these Chargers. They kind of, the first 2 weeks, I was telling Fernando, they had to figure out this scheme. It's a little complicated. It's on disguises, different groupings. You try to switch up everything. Like yesterday, Derwin James was playing all over the field. So, but he's not the only one. There are a lot of players moving around in this defense. So the first 2 weeks, you kind of saw the hiccups of the growing pains. Last week, you were playing Patrick Mahomes, and you say yourself, you know what? You're not going to beat us down deep. Get whatever you want, short field. But then Monday Night Football against a red-hot Raiders offense, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, Josh Jacobs was back. That was a complete shutdown. They did not even have a single yard in the first quarter. I think they only had one first down in the entire first half. Derek Carr was held under 200 passing yards. And like you mentioned, Fernando, the first 4 weeks was bend, don't break, but the score was low. I got to check overall who is leading the NFL and point totals allowed, because the Chargers should be up there. They do not give up points. And yesterday, they did not give up the yards. So that was a complete effort. And they got the one takeaway from Derwin James. So overall, this defense was lights out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know if you're trying to shout out Sean Merriman there, but we'll give him a little bit of a shout out. Hopefully we can get him on Compas. It was interesting, though, the aspect of you start getting worried, and obviously the team didn't. And I mean, we're sitting up there and we're kind of looking at each other and we're like, oh, are the Raiders really going to turn this around and come and spoil it for the Chargers? And they don't. The Chargers end up, Christian Covington has a huge sack, and Joey Bosa called it one of the best additions to this defensive line that they had during the offseason. Jerry Tillery's been playing well. And obviously Christian Covington had that clutch sack on third down, which backed up Daniel Carlson for a 52-yarder, and he missed wide left. So that's when the Chargers knew, the offense knew they had to put the nail in the coffin, and that's it, and get this game over with so you can focus on your next opponent. And that's what they did. They go for it on fourth down with Jared Cook got both fourth downs yesterday. Yeah. So that first one though, Gilbert, that was a weird play. They put Rashawn Slater at tight end on the right side. They put Donald Parham at left tackle, and they made it seem like they were going to run the football, and the Raiders fell for it. Jared Cook came open. The other one was he was lined up against Denzel Perryman, and he just Justin just puts it in a beautiful spot. He catches it, comes down with it. And obviously Austin Eckler finishes off that drive 11 yards for the run.
Fernando, real quick, do me a favor. When you talk to Brandon Staley later, ask him about the first fourth down conversion. I'm curious about how you kind of dialed that up with Rashawn Slater at tight end.
I got you, Chief.
Thank you, man.
The one thing though is, you can kind of tell that these guys are feeling like they're coming together at the right time, like you mentioned. That's the thing. You have to come together. And I feel like the defense is bought in, the offense is bought in. And you know what's funny, Gilbert, is that one aspect that you might think, oh my God, you're overthinking this. But Brandon Staley came in last year in a pandemic year to be the defensive coordinator of the LA Rams. New weapons, knew this, knew that. They end up becoming a top defense. Justin Herbert comes in last year. Pandemic year, no expectations, ends up being the rookie of the year. These guys, they really seem like they're destined, not that they're destined, but they just feel like that perfect head coach quarterback dynamic. He comes off. I was surprised you didn't ask Brandon Staley if he thought that Justin Herbert was the best player on the field yesterday. I was waiting for you to ask him that.
I don't know, because I thought maybe it was Jared Cook or Austin Eckler, but yeah,
I was waiting for you to ask him that. Yeah, no, I was waiting for you to ask him that. But just a good overall game. Gilbert, my biggest takeaway from this, and my bad, I know I'm kind of talking or whatever too much, but
you always do.
I know. Well, yeah, but whatever. I really think that yesterday was, we can beat you many different ways. If you take away Keenan and Mike, okay, we'll go Jared Cook. We'll go Austin Eckler. We'll go Steven Anderson. We'll go Donald Parham. We'll do end arounds with Jalen Guyton. Man, Jalen Guyton on that one, he had the patience of a running back. He waited for his blocking to open up, and he took off. Kind of like he had the patience of a running back and a vision of a running back on that one. So I was like, oh, wow, very impressed with that. But this is the way the Chargers are kind of built. They'll beat you many different ways. If you take away both receivers, okay, we're going to beat you with something else. So that was my biggest takeaway, and I'm actually very impressed that that's what they did, and that's kind of the way they took it. Now they're showing defenses, hey, I don't know how you guys are going to do it, but this is the way we win football games, and I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, I'm really liking this whole Brandon Staley mindset of, really focusing on situational football, being aggressive. Don't be yourself. You go beat them, and then force teams to beat you at the same time on the field when you have Justin Herbert. And like you mentioned, I didn't ask Staley about, was Herbert the best player on the field yesterday, and it wasn't kind of one of those pop out games where 400 yards passing. He only had about 222 yards passing, but he had 3 touchdowns in the first half, 0 interceptions. But what stood out to me with Justin Herbert is, situational football. When you need a drive, you got to execute. You got to bring out your best drive. I saw it twice. Towards the end of the first half, after Staley called the challenge, and they punted, and Herbert had 2:45 on the clock before halftime. They're up 14-0. Executed a perfect, almost 2-minute drill to lead. I think that was to Austin Eckler, the touchdown, 21-0. And then, on that critical fourth down of Jared Cook, where there was momentum swinging to the Raiders, it was 21-14. You need a drive. Again, Herbert executed, put the pedal to the metal and do your thing. So I think overall, Staley is trusting Herbert to do his thing. Like you mentioned, it's a deep offense, but I just love the whole mindset of Staley. I asked him yesterday, so what do you think about the weather delay and then the Raiders crowd noise? And when he went to the Raiders crowd noise, he's like, I don't care, whatever. They were loud, but I saw the powder blue in the stands, and and it kind of he had this confidence of like we won't be rattled or shook. Key word from yesterday's Joey Bosa's presser, shook on Derek Carr. He said, but I think Staley knows it's going to be a process to kind of get a full, complete house of powder blue at SoFi Stadium. But you keep winning, you keep doing what you're doing, like Brandon Staley does, and Justin Herbert, they will come, and it's going to be a whole lot more powder blue. It's a tough process right now, but I like the whole mindset of we don't care. We're going to come out and play our football.
I'm with you, and I really think that that's the mentality that they have to take. You play the Chiefs at home. You're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. You're going to play some teams that will travel. So hey, you might as well just embrace it. I have a pet peeve, Gilbert, and I'm not. I tried watching network shows today, and I was like in the morning because I was up early, and I'm like, I might as well check it out. LeVar Arrington called him Jordan Herbert.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, are you kidding? And then this is the best one, and you'll get a kick out of this one. Skip Bayless starts talking about, he's like, Justin Herbert had a good game. The only thing is that he missed Mike Williams on that wide open pass, which, yes, Mike Williams wide open. He overshot him. Those two have just not developed a connection since Williams and Herbert have been there. And I'm like, yeah, I can tell. I can tell you guys don't pay attention to any of this.
Don't do your homework.
Dude, just make yourselves undisputed Cowboys, Lakers, and Tom Brady talk. Like, just do that. Why do you have to come over here and just be like, oh, hey, like we talk other stuff too? No, you don't. So it was just, I was like, okay, I can't watch this anymore. So that was just pretty.
It's a funny thing when you're on primetime football and you see all the national pundits kind of do their research and they kind of forget something. And so I was like, your friend. I was kind of curious to see what people are saying about the Chargers. It's funny because everybody's in love with the Chargers now. They're like maybe top 5 in every power ranking, which I was a little surprised, but they did prove a lot in the last 2 weeks.
The only one that they weren't on the top one was, I think, Cowherds, and he said that if they beat Cleveland this weekend, he'll be like, okay, this team is for real. So, and that's going to be a tough matchup, Gilbert. It's no easy feat. They just won ugly last weekend, 14-11 or something like that against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh, 14-7. Yeah, my bad. They were up 11-7 at one point. My bad. Yeah, so it might be an ugly game against Cleveland. Cleveland has a good defense. It's gonna get interesting. I mean, I'm honestly all for it. I can't wait to see what happens next weekend. But
Fernando, should I help you with the segue? Should we start with the Chargers on comprar o vender?
Oh, bro, you wanted to start there?
I want to start with the Chargers. I'm curious where they stand in your book, and I want to hear your thoughts first.
Okay.
Are you buying? And how high? How much are you buying?
Out of 10?
I don't know. You want to keep it in stock lingo, or you want to keep it in relationship lingo? What do you want to do?
No. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's do relationship. Oh wait, no. That'll be dangerous. I'm a little dangerous when it comes to the relationship, so I shouldn't do that.
What about house hunting or something like that?
No. What do you mean house hunting?
I don't know. Are you
like renting,
or are you staying there for Airbnb? What are you doing?
Oh, okay. Let's do Airbnb, rent. Okay, Airbnb, renting, and buying.
There you go.
All right, cool.
The 3.
All right, cool. See, guys, we do this on the fly. We're not going to give you the BS. We're going to give you the real deal. We're doing it on here. I'm renting. I'm renting with the Chargers. I like where they're headed. I just need to see more from I need to see a little bit more from the pass rush. It can't just be Joey Bosa. We saw a little bit of it yesterday. We saw it against Kansas City. It needs to be more consistent. I'm a little bit nervous not nervous, but I'm questioning who's going to be behind Austin Eckler. And the Chargers really need to start considering that if Roundtree or Justin Jackson doesn't pick it up, or if they're not going to use Joshua Kelly, why don't you go look for something? Why don't you go look for a running back on another team? Maybe make a trade. You know who I thought they should have signed when he was a free agent was, and I mean, obviously you should always, I like the bigger backs. I would always go for a bigger back, but I thought Phillip Lindsay would have been a good addition to this team. I thought Phillip Lindsay could have helped a lot on, like he's similar to Austin Eckler, so you can use them both in certain situations. But whatever, they really need to be able to relieve Austin Eckler and get somebody who can catch run. I don't know what's going on with Justin Jackson. He really, like, every time he touches the ball, it's always negative yardage, or he's just not picking it up. Larry Roundtree had an okay game last night, but you need a consistent number 2 back. Also, Justin Herbert took too many hits. He's been taking too many hits.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit concerned about that. There's some blown assignments. They need to shore that up. But right now, I'm renting. I like them. I like where they're trending. If they can go into the bye week 5-1 or 4-2, dang, like you got something right there. So I'm very impressed with them. They need to keep it up, especially with these divisional games. They need to win them, and I think Justin Herbert has a winning record against the division. So pretty impressive to start that out so far.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. We've come a long way since 2019, where they were winless in the AFC West and had that lengthy streak of not winning in the division. So, Fernando, with the Chargers, I'm going with you. I'm going to rent for the Chargers, and I'm going to extend the lease 1 month. And you know why 1 month? Because I had regular season, renting with the Chargers, and now I'm going to go for the playoffs. I think this is a for sure playoff team. I'll see them in January for extending the lease. I can't do it February. That's too much.
I should tell Dan and Dago what you were saying last night, but I shouldn't. Never mind.
I don't even know what I said. I said a lot of things for Fernando to kind of. I actually don't even believe some of the stuff I said because I want to get him fired up. You know how he is. For just a little giggle here and there, but I am gonna rent the Chargers. I think what I've seen is this is a playoff team. I won't go as far as saying they are for sure the top dog in the AFC West, because the Raiders, I think, will bounce back. And I'll let you have your moment on the Raiders in a little bit. I know you're itching for that. I think the Chiefs will definitely be there at the end. They play the Bills, so they might kind of be a little distant for a little bit. But they'll come back. The Broncos, I think whoa. But I'm just going, okay, fine. Let me just stop there. Fine. I'm just saying where the Chargers stand.
Do you think you should be jumping segments in front of the Rock?
I know, sorry. I caught that.
In front of the millions and millions of the Rock's followers.
There you go. I gave you a whole...
Gilbert. No. You're jumping. You're trying to jump over to different things.
All right, fine. I'm ruining it. But I'm just trying to say where the Chargers stand. I still can't say they're AFC West top dog, but I do see them as a playoff team.
So you don't see them as an AFC West top dog, or you mean AFC?
No, well, both. I don't even know they could beat the Kansas City Chiefs to win a division just yet. But I think they are our playoff team. They will be there at the end. They could be either first or second. I'll say that they're for sure one of the top 2 teams in the AFC West, right. and then we'll figure out the rest. But it's still early, Fernando, and I just think this team is trending to being a complete team.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals. I'll let you go first.
Bengals. Oh, okay. It's 3-1. It's a little weird seeing them being 3-1. You never see the Bengals with a winning record. I guess in October.
Well, since the Red Rifle.
Yeah, it's been a little rare nowadays. But yeah, I caught that with Thursday Night Football game. They were playing the Jaguars. But by the way, the Jaguars are a mess with Urban Meyer. Shout out to our guy Greg Rosenthal who kind of called that one of Urban not being the guy there. He was worried about Urban and he fell off really quickly.
I think he's on a Trojan horse in Jacksonville. I think he's using the Trojan horse to get out of there and get taken to USC because. Yo, did you see the words that Shad Khan used this morning? He asked to earn our trust back. When have you ever heard of an owner come out and say the coach needs to earn our trust back?
It's ugly in Jacksonville, but since he had a good day on Thursday night, I really like Joe Burrow. I'm glad to see him healthy and what he's doing. He has Tyler Boyd and Jamar.
It's funny? Real quick, my bad. I feel like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow are the yin and the yang to each other. Joe Burrow's the flashy quarterback. He has the swag. Justin's the quieter quarterback, kind of the one that he doesn't care if you call him the best or the worst or whatever. He doesn't care. I think they're kind of the yin and the yang to each other.
You always you're just random. You said that last year, and to the yin and the yang of Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. You love that phrase there, and you're the guy who keeps asking Keenan Allen, are you the best duo with Mike Williams in the NFL?
No, not keep asking. I asked it once, and you all run with it like buffoons.
You're the guy.
No, I asked Mike Williams last year. I asked Keenan this year. That's it.
You asked Mike Williams, or you guys the yin and the yang. So just remember that right now.
And you asked Anthony Lynn if Melvin Gordon was doing well.
Oh, okay. You asked Brandon Staley, why can't Michael Davis defend
Yeah, no, but okay, that one I messed up.
All right, now
That one I did
again.
mess
Now
up.
we get a
That one I did
sidetracker,
mess up.
okay? Anyway, stop interrupting me and cutting me off, Fernando. What were we talking about? The Bengals?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I am Airbnb. It's a nice little place. I'm having fun for a weekend, and I'm enjoying, uh, Joe Burrow. I'm going to say Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are showing me around town. We're having a good time for a weekend. But after that, I'm going home. I can't see you guys anymore.
I'm with you. I'm Airbnb. Buffalo Bills. I'm buying. I don't need to say anything. They're the top team. They're gonna play in Kansas City next Sunday night. I'm gonna try and get my stories done quickly so I can watch the back end of that because I know I'm gonna get distracted and
Why
I
are you
really
always
want to watch it.
watching Casey on Sunday Night Football? I always feel like that's your thing.
No, Casey's always on either before or after the Chargers, so I always get mesmerized. I like the way I like watching Kansas City play. I don't know for what reason. They're in tight games, so I obviously want to watch them, but I don't have to say much. I'm buying. Buffalo Bills are, I think, right now the top team in the AFC.
I agree, 100%. Síguele.
Las Vegas Raiders. I am Airbnb-ing. I think they're okay. I really okay. You get taken to overtime by Jacoby Brissett. The Steelers are starting to fall. Big Ben is crumbling. I'll give him the Lamar Jackson win in a non-thriller. But I definitely I'm
have your moment, Fernando. Have your moment. Take all the credit.
I can't buy them. Like I can't buy it. I can't rent. I don't know. I need to see more from them. And I feel like there's a lot of questions being thrown to the Chargers, and there was none being thrown at the Raiders because the Raiders were 3-0. But now the questions are starting to come out. The questions that I've had before. The Raiders started off hot last year, and they ended up not making the playoffs. So I want to see if they can pick it up. If they go to Chicago this weekend, can they beat the Chicago Bears? If it's Justin Fields, he might have a field day against that defense, especially with all the injuries that they had last night during the game. Huh?
No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but I'm not buying the Raiders. I'm Airbnb-ing, and I want to see a little bit more from them before I change my mind.
You kind of contain yourself, Fernando. I'm a little surprised you're not going to take this victory lap just yet because you've been saying.
No, that's not me.
No? Yeah, okay. You're too good for that now. But no, you've been on it. You've been, waiting on the Raiders, and I kept saying that, man, this offense is really good, Fernando. Watch out for this Raiders offense, and they got shut down. There's no way around. They got shut down by the Chargers defense, and it is a lot of credit. I'll give a lot of credit to the Chargers defense for doing that. To Derek Carr. Folding under pressure again, to use Joey Bosa's quotes from yesterday. Man, what a great press conference on that. And I'm kind of mad I had to miss it. I was on deadline, so I had to go. You guys were having fun with Joey Bosa, but yeah, the Raiders, I think they'll come back, and they'll fight strong to the end. But like you mentioned, Fernando, you've seen this team start off hot and they kind of fold towards the end. So we're kind of in that area right now with the Raiders. I really like their offense, but they still have a lot of work. You mentioned the injuries to the cornerback. So right now, I'll do a longer Airbnb stay with John Gruden because, John Gruden seems like a cool guy. So I'll do a 4-weekend stay, from a Friday to a Monday with the Raiders, Airbnb.
God bless him with his patience because the bozo that asked him the first two questions, my God, I couldn't believe it, but that's neither here nor there. The Baltimore Ravens, I'm buying. I mean, it's the Baltimore Ravens. They've had a lot of injuries, and I want to see if they're going to start catching up to them. They're a doink play away from a good Justin Tucker kick away from a 66-yarder from being 2-2, and they've had some tight games, but they were able to go into Denver. They beat Denver. I was very surprised by that, the way they beat Denver. So that's a good team, man. And the Chargers play them in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be a good measuring stick in Baltimore for the Chargers. So I'm buying them. I mean, they're a good football team. They're well coached as well.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'm not. Are you buying a house, or you said?
Yeah, I'm buying. The Baltimore Ravens are well coached. They usually make it to the playoffs, so I'm buying them making it to the playoffs. And
I feel like when you say buying, you're thinking about true AFC contender.
Okay, I know that I'm okay. No, never mind.
We gotta get these standards here.
Yeah, my bad.
You're buying the Bills for sure. The house.
Yeah, no, I'm buying the Bills. I'm renting. Then I'm renting I'm renting until January for.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Baltimore. I just think that they don't have the receiving core that they need to have. They need to build a better receiving core. Tight end's a good one, and Mark Andrews. But yeah, no, I'm okay. My bad. Now that I really got it, I'm renting.
Yeah, no, I'm renting with the Ravens. I just want to say real quick before we move on. I kind of like this headline or story between John Harbaugh and Vic Fangio, where
Oh, that's a
Harbaugh
good one.
was going for the record for what, over 100 rushing yards in a game to
In
beat the record
43
for the
games,
43
for
games to
43
beat the
trade games.
Steelers. The game was already decided, and he runs the ball to get the record, and you see Vic Fangio just pissed
Hey,
off. I kind of like the drama.
hey, Vic Fangio's been in the news now twice for that one, and when he said that Urban Meyer told him, "Damn, it's like playing Alabama every single week."
Wow.
So he's been in it twice. So there you go.
Yeah,
Next
we're
one,
renting Baltimore though. Sorry.
Denver Broncos. Airbnb. I don't buy it.
Dude, I might be a one quick day stop. I don't really see the Broncos anymore after what they did with the Baltimore. I'm there for one day on a business trip, and I'm moving on with the Durham Broncos.
Cleveland Browns. I am staying until January. I think they have a good football team. It's going to be a good measuring stick for the Chargers this weekend. But I am definitely renting until January. I think they have a good team around them, and they're only going to get better because Jarvis Landry is going to come back after this week. I think after this weekend he can come back. So I'm definitely renting until January.
Yeah, I just I'm renting too. Like you mentioned until January, but they have issues on offense. I don't know what's going on with Baker Mayfield. Like he's a nice quarterback, but a couple eventually you got to start scoring points with this offense you have. I know that they were ground and pound with Chubb and Kareem Hunt, but the Chargers will find out how good they are on Sunday. But I'm just gonna rent with them, and I'm gonna have a good time watching Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa each time on the field.
Kansas City 2-2. This is the only 2-2 team I'm going to put in there. I'm buying. I think they're an AFC contender. I still think that they're dangerous. They added Josh Gordon, but I still think that their defense has a lot of problems, and I think the problems are only going to get deeper, and they're going to get exposed even more unless they get help. But I just don't know who they can trade for or what they can bring in, especially with their salary cap being so bloated. I don't see who they could bring in to really help them, but as of right now, I'm buying I'm still buying Kansas City because they're Kansas City and they have an explosive offense.
Yeah, no, that defense is a problem for KC, but most of the time, Mahomes is going to outscore the other opponent and they're going to be fine. But we'll see against the Bills and Sunday Night Football, because that offense is just as good as the Chiefs, and that could hurt them, and it could be potentially 2-3, right?
Yeah.
But I'm buying the house. Still it's the Chiefs.
All right, we're gonna do rapid fire NFC real quick. Cardinals. I am renting until January.
Okay, they're a playoff team. I like what they did to the
Yeah.
Rams. Dismantled the Rams. I'm sure we get to it right now. So Kyler Murray playing well. I am also renting till January for the Cardinals. I do see them as a playoff team right now.
LA Rams. I am renting until January.
You don't have more to say on the Rams?
I mean, when your head coach comes out against the best quarterback and one of the best offensive minds and chest bumps his players, jumps around, does all this stuff, and then the next week when he's losing to Arizona, he doesn't try and do any of that, any of those antics. I'm like, there's something up. I don't know. I didn't like that Sean McVay did the running up into Deshaun Jackson and oh my God and all this stuff. And then this week I didn't see anything. Where was that?
Well, they had no moments. They got crushed early on though.
And y'all were the stuff that I said has come out against the Rams. So
do you want me to keep asking you more questions? You could keep saying it. Just go, lay it off your chest.
No, I'm not.
I see your collar on button.
I want to speed this up because I'm excited about what we're going to talk about next. So I'm renting until January, and I might be a quick trip in January. I don't think they'll last very long. So
wow. Okay. Yeah. No. That's why we always do these things. We tell ourselves you're going too fast. There's a lot of football left, and we saw with the Rams. There's a lot of football left. They were great for 3 weeks, and they folded week 4. But they are still going to be a playoff team in my eyes, and the NFC West could be a little tricky to decide.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But renting, yes, to answer the question.
Dallas Cowboys. I am buying until January. I think they're a very good football team. I think they're a couple of pieces away, but Diggs, he is a baller. He is a very good cornerback. I am buying until January.
By the way, you have like every NFL team on this list, man. We have like 20 teams here.
No,
But
yeah, no. I'm just going through the 3-1. Okay, well, okay, my bad. I'll give you two more teams, and that's it.
there's
So, are
gonna
you
be some
buying
good
it
ones.
or the Cowboys or not?
I've been impressed with the Cowboys. I am renting again. I think we're just only buying the Bills and the Chiefs right now. I feel like. I mean, buying homes. Yeah.
Well, I'm on the
No,
NFC. Okay, are you buying or renting the Green Bay Packers
I
or
guess
Airbnb?
you have to buy the Packers because they do it every year with Aaron Rodgers. So you got to buy the house.
I'm renting until January. I know
Wow.
what happens in January. Everybody always picks the Packers to make it to the Super Bowl, and every year you're disappointed.
Yeah, but you don't
So
think getting into an NFC title game is
it's
good
like the
enough?
bad kid who thinks he's bad all year, and a week before Christmas he's very good, and he thinks he's gonna get great gifts, and then Santa comes and brings him coal. That's exactly what the Packers are. Everybody thinks, "Oh my God, look what they did," and then right at the end, boom, something
But
always happens.
they're still always one of the final four teams in the NFL.
No,
You got to
yeah,
give
but
them
they're not
credit.
gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
But that's, I think, to me, you make it to the final four. I think I'm buying a house for that. I think that's
I no, I'm buying potential Super Bowl. Like, to me, you have to be like, I could think, oh wow, this team could make it to the Super Bowl, and that's not the Packers.
okay. So you're like renting with a couple extra weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I am buying.
Yeah.
When you have Tom Brady, you can do anything. So I am definitely buying this. I couldn't believe the way they won the game on Sunday without even like there was no magic. It was just playing hard-nosed football. They did it. They won. I'm very impressed with them. They have a lot of injuries. So maybe slowly but surely they're going to get some of these guys back and they'll get even better. But the reigning Super Bowl champions, I have to buy.
Yeah, not the best 2 weeks for the Buccaneers. I did like that awkward embrace between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But of course, you got to buy the house when Tom Brady is in it.
Well, yeah. And I think Antonio Brown was staying in that house. So, hey, did you ever hear about that story when Tom Brady first got to Tampa? Or no?
I forget about the house, the
So
Derek Jeter house.
he was supposed to go to Byron Leftwich's house, and they were gonna go over all this stuff, right? And he gets there, and he sits on the couch or whatever, and he like looks around, and then he's like looking around, and some guy walks in, and he's like, he's like, Tom Brady's in my living room. He's like, oh, sorry, this isn't Byron Leftwich's house. He's like, no, it's next door. He's like, oh, you shouldn't really leave your door open, man, your front door. And he's like, oh, okay. And then Tom Brady went over to Byron Leftwich's house, but it was a story that came out last year, and I'm like, dude, that is pretty awesome.
I remember that. I would just tell Brady, come hang out here, come have some dinner here.
Some modelos, and then you put some meat on the grill.
Yeah, why not? Tom Brady. Yeah,
there you go.
We got time.
I'm sure Cam would like Tom Brady.
Yeah. Wait. Who? Cam Inman?
Cam. No, Cam. Your dog.
What? Yeah. My dog's there too. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. This is what I've been waiting for. Well, and I'm waiting for the next segment after this also. But Gilbert, I need you to. I'm hyped for this fight. I've been waiting for it. The Gypsy King always delivers. Well, he delivered last time. He even licked the blood off of Deontay Wilder's neck. Didn't he do that? Like he licked him?
Yeah.
Okay, you gave me a weird look, and I was like,
no, because it's nasty when you think about it.
The latest on Urban Meyer, who has given the Jaguars no indication that he plans to walk away, was never getting fired. Bizarre. Okay, so nothing there. I thought it said that he had gotten fired. I was like, no way. Shorter lifespan than Nick Saban when he was with the Dolphins.
Much shorter.
So hype up the people. Give me a breakdown. What are your expectations for Fury Wilder 3?
Yeah, we finally got a big fight, big heavyweight showdown between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Part 3. These guys have had this rivalry for since I started actually I'm working on the Chargers beat. I think that first match or fight was on the night of the Steelers, or the night before Steelers Chargers played each other, and that's when Wilder dropped Tyson Fury, and he rose like he was Undertaker, and the memes kind of came from that. And the second one, that's when you mentioned with the blood licking. That's one with Wilder having like the crazy costume, and he said that he felt fatigued. By the way, Wilder is saying he's gonna have another crazy costume. Like, what are you doing, man? It hurt your legs and the rematch, and you're gonna do it again. hopefully he's doing something differently where he's not maybe walking with it or whatever. We'll see the costume thing, but I love heavyweight fights, especially when Deontay Wilder's in it, because it only takes one punch. Yeah, he's not the most skilled fighter, but when he has one punch to connect, he has power, and we've seen him drop Tyson Fury. So, I am curious to see what he does to adjust, because it was a bad performance with Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury picked him apart. Tyson Fury is a really skilled heavyweight fighter. He fights like a middleweight. Yeah, he doesn't have the punch. Well, he proved he had punch against Deontay Wilder, but he just picked him apart. He has skills. He can move. He's crafty. He's awkward, and he's a showman inside. Tyson Fury likes to get in your head. So pretty much everything that Deontay Wilder is not is Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury does not have the power of Deontay Wilder. That's why these styles, the yin and the yang, Fernando, are meant for each other for 3 fights, and you never know what could happen. So yeah, Wilder got picked apart in the rematch, but you could easily see Wilder winning this rematch, and I think that's where I'm heading right now, Fernando. I think Wilder could probably pull this off, and we might even get a 4-5 because Anthony Joshua already lost. Like we're supposed to see Anthony Joshua fight the winner of this fight, and he lost. He's busy with Alexander Usyk, so we'll see.
Wow. When I heard that he's coming in with a different costume, I'm like, okay, Fury's got this. He's going to get tired again with that costume. It's funny because I've seen Triple H walk in with costumes before, and I didn't ever see him tired in the ring.
Was he like on a bike usually?
No, he's done like one time he came out like the Terminator. Like he had the Terminator stuff on, and like he had this whole thing on, this whole gimmick on. But I am going to go Tyson Fury. I like the Gypsy King. I think he's on top of the world right now. I feel like he can get this one out. It's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, these guys literally could fight forever, and it would be entertaining. People will buy it. So obviously the winner of this if Fury lost, it'd be an automatic rematch, right?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, it's weird. It'll be the 4-5, but you would think they'll run it back again. But if Fury wins, then where do you go from there? Do you go fight Usyk?
Yeah, hell yeah,
you 3 belts. So it won't be like commercially. It won't be as big as Anthony Joshua fight, but hey, Usyk, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you know what Usyk does. He's a problem, and if you're a casual fan, whatever, you miss out if you don't care about Usyk. So I would like to see that fight. Your fight, Fernando, Fury against Usyk for all the belts in the heavyweight division.
Is Andy Ruiz fighting anytime soon?
I don't know. That's actually another kind of contender. He's not really there yet with the top 4, but I don't know. I don't think he has a fight right now. He's training with Eddie Reynoso, Canelo's trainer. He looked kind of okay against Chris Arreola, but I don't see him in that class just yet. He needs one more fight, I feel like, to get to that point.
Yeah, I was watching him, I remember he was talking about fighting Deontay Wilder if he beat Anthony Joshua that second time, and obviously that second time Anthony Joshua just went kind of Floyd Mayweather-esque, point, back up, point, back up. So, I mean, it hurt him against Usyk.
I was going to say it. Yeah, to your point, people are saying that he's fighting scared now. Ever since the Andy Ruiz fight, he's just trying to be a skilled fighter. That's not his thing. He has some skill. He was using some jab, but you are a power puncher. Be aggressive. Use some uppercuts. Go after him. A smaller guy like Usyk, and you don't press it until maybe the 3rd round, and then you stop after that because you're gassed. It was a poor game plan for him. You got me going on thinking that I don't know what the trainer was thinking. But yeah, he's kind of fighting skittish out there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I'm gonna go Fury. I like Tyson Fury. I think the Gypsy King he'll get this. Maybe him and Bob Arum will sing "Bye Bye Miss American Pie" after the fight, like they did last time. I don't know if you remember that. That was pretty funny.
Times, yeah,
exactly. So I'm gonna go Fury. You're gonna go Wilder.
Yeah, just to make it interesting, I want to see a Wilder knockout, and he's had a couple years now to kind of think about this really ugly loss he had to Fury.
All right, awesome. Now let's go real quick. I'm just going to do this quickly. WWE had their draft last Friday, and then obviously this Monday, and there were some interesting moves, Gilbert, that happened. You don't have to worry, Gilbert. Your tribal chief stayed on Friday night SmackDown. Yep, he stayed.
Oh, okay.
Paul Heyman stayed. The only problem was the Usos. The Usos were still up in the air, and Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, tells Paul Heyman, "I want you to influence those guys to get my cousins drafted to Raw." The head of the right hand to the The right hand to the tribal chief went to Raw. He got the cousins drafted to SmackDown. So he's doing his job. You know what he said? You know what he said? He's like, not only am I the right hand of the tribal chief, I am also the warden of the Uso Penitentiary. That man just keeps on stacking up titles. I wish I had some of them titles, but
by the way, Fernando, I'm just kind of curious. Set it up for me. Who's actually doing the drafting for Raw and SmackDown? Don't they usually have like a GM doing it?
Yeah, but they're just trying to move stars around. The thing is that I feel like Fox and USA are getting a little frustrated because like Fox had Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Edge. They have all these superstars, and like Raw kind of is missing something. Like now the A show is SmackDown. The writing is better. Wow. Everything's better on SmackDown.
Be like that, huh? It used to be always. It used to not be.
Man, back in the day, you had Randy Orton, Edge, John Cena. You had all these people on Raw. And SmackDown was kind of the B show, but SmackDown still had The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, some of these really good wrestlers, but Kurt Angle. But for some reason, now Raw has been the B show and SmackDown has been the A show. So they started moving some pieces around. Obviously, on Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch, the man, she got moved to Monday Night Raw as the SmackDown Women's Champion. So that's going to be interesting. Charlotte Flair got moved to SmackDown. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what they do with the titles.
What about Bianca?
Oh, Bianca got moved to Raw.
Oh, so she's still there with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, so her and Becky Lynch are going to continue this rivalry. It's going to be a good one. It was a pretty entertaining draft. Obviously, Seth Rollins obviously got moved to Raw. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are married. WWE is very good about keeping married couple on the same brand.
All right.
So that's pretty cool to see that. Edge got moved to Raw as well. So Edge and Seth Rollins could continue their little mayhem on Raw. So that'll be interesting. What else happened? King Nakamura and Rick Boogs stay on SmackDown. So you're gonna see Pat McAfee get all excited. He literally jumps up there and he starts dancing around and he gets excited. You know Shinsuke's music, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it gets you hyped and he's over there getting hyped and everything. So I'm all for it. But yeah, no, it was a good draft. You could tell kind of what they were trying to do. They're still trying to keep superstars, but they also want to they're trying to keep superstars on SmackDown, but also throw some Raw's way. So that's why Sasha Banks stays on SmackDown, Damian Priest stays on Raw, AJ Styles and Amos stay on Raw. So I mean, you obviously had to keep the Miz on there. You had to bring over Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, Gilbert is one of the divas that are one of the WWE wrestlers who you need to keep an eye on. Liv Morgan is starting to make her way up. I think pretty soon Liv Morgan's going to be one of the top female wrestlers in WWE. So yeah, that's it for my little spiel. Gilbert, I think it's time to go to your best friend. I think it's time to go to Dan and Dago and see what he's got for us.
I'm wondering if he's still partying after yesterday.
Oh, dude, you should have heard him in the car when we were driving back down. He was way too hyped. He was way too hyped on the way down. He was singing. He was doing everything on the way down. So that was pretty funny. But let's go to Dan and Dago.
Now, it's also time for the best damn segment in all of the podcasting land. It's time for Una Más. Fernando, let me in on the surprise he has for Gilberto. Let's see what kind of Halloween treats excite that man that we believe hates every single holiday and anything you might cherish and love. But that's all right. Plus, the Compas have movie reviews for some of the stuff they watched over the weekend. You don't want to miss it. Now let's get to Una Más.
Gilbert, you're right. He's still hyped. I don't know. It's a short week, though. I think he knows it. I think he knows that there's a lot going into this weekend. Cleveland's not going to be an easy game. Gilbert, I got a little bit of a surprise for you. I know we're going to do our movie reviews, but I know you're kind of a Scrooge when it comes to holidays and stuff. So I don't know. You're kind of a Scrooge. You don't like Christmas music. You butcher a lot of movies that people love. And
So gotta do with holidays. It's a different thing. You're just trying to bash me. What's movies gotta do with holidays? Different thing. And it's one holiday, and one thing I don't like is music because they play. Oh, it's that time of year, Fernando. They start playing Christmas music in early November. I don't want
around.
I don't want 2 months of that or 3 months. Then they extend it through January. No. So don't get me started. Give me only 2 weeks of Christmas music, and we move on.
All right. Well, you're kind of a Scrooge. So I wanted to know, do you like candy?
Of course.
Do you like Halloween?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, I got something for you. I just want to know, like, how much in depth is your loathe for some of these things. So I want to ask you, what do you think about this?
Oh, I did catch that. What's wrong with the raisins, man?
People don't like raisins, bro. I don't. You know what's funny? I'm not with it. I don't like Kit Kats. That's the one candy that I'm kind of like.
You're a bomb. You're what?
I don't like. My favorite candy, honestly, is Reese's.
Oh, I don't like those. I don't like the peanut butter ones.
Really? I love peanut butter.
Mine is Kit Kat or Twix. What state has Twix? Anybody have Twix here?
Oh, my mom loves Twix. No, nobody.
Nobody?
No, I don't see anybody with Twix.
Wow. And then I like Crunch too.
Nobody has Crunch.
Wow. People are weird.
Snickers, Hershey's, Milk Duds.
Who likes Milk Duds? They get stuck in your teeth.
I actually like Milk Duds, but I don't like them this much. Airheads for Louisiana.
Wow.
Nerds, Sweet Tarts, Pops, Hot Tamales. Oh, wow. Snickers. Snickers, a lot of places. Swedish Fish.
What state likes hot tamales? Tamales?
Hot Tamales is, I think, North Dakota.
Where is that? Oh, yeah, I see it.
Where is that? And Nebraska, too.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, below, yeah. Below South Dakota. What is South Dakota like, actually?
I've never actually been. I think that's where the monument is of the oh my god, the name escaped me. The presidential monument. I can't remember what it's called right now.
I am very surprised people like Reese's that much.
I like Reese's. I like them. I'm all about it. Yeah, see, I'm just saying, like, that was there you go. What's your favorite candy?
Mine is I think it's Twix, but I don't even see Twix on the board here. And Kit Kat will be second.
You would choose something that's not even on this board.
Do you see how dumb this list is? There's hot tamales on this list. Who likes that? You know? And why is
Oklahoma also likes hot tamales? That's interesting.
Why? And
I don't know.
I'd rather have a real tamale, a hot tamale, you know, just a spicy one. The red pollo. What is Swedish Fish?
That's the little red fishes.
Oh, those are they're like gummy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Do you like those?
Those are all right. This list is kind of whack, to be honest. M&M's are kind of basic.
Hey, I mean, honestly, I was surprised that somebody had blow pops. I think it's Vermont or one of those.
That's Montana, I think.
Yeah, and that's interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to show that to you show it to you, Gilbert, real quick.
But I'm cool with California. Like Kit Kat, I'm cool with that.
All right, let's talk real quick. Give me a movie review over the weekend, something you saw.
Movie review. Well, I didn't really get to finish it, so I don't know. Like, I'm gonna do a half review. It's the Sopranos prequel. What's the name of it? The Many Saints of Newark. Yeah, I know Dan and Diego has some reviews about it too. But I only got through the first hour. I kind of like the setup of, you know, the Sopranos, and you kind of get some pieces of what happened after, what happened before. So I got to finish it. But my real review, Fernando, I know you want a movie, is Squid Games, man. You got to watch Squid Games.
What is that?
It's a really popular show from South Korea. So you're gonna have to probably, you know, change the language to English or go with the subtitles, but it's worth it, man. Whoever wrote this story or this TV series is a genius. They think outside the box. You know, they're very creative, and it's like a game show where people who are kind of in a desperate situation, you know, do a lot of crazy things for money, and they play these games. So I won't spoil it after that. But
is it like a legit show? Like, is it a reality show or it's just like a TV show?
It's a TV show. I think it's 9 episodes. I'm only about maybe 4 episodes in. But these games are crazy, man. Like, I feel like for the Mexican version that you could play Loteria or something like that.
How many avocados?
For this, you know, it's always tricky because I think avocados are gross, but I'll say it's a fresh, ripe avocado. This is, dude. I saw Rotten Tomatoes gave it 100%, so I'll go 95% fresh avocado rating.
Rotten Tomatoes is a cesspool of crap. They rated the Star Wars movies higher than some movies. Oh my God. No, I'm not about Rotten Tomatoes. I can't stand them.
I think it's saying something. 100%. You should watch
Yeah.
But
I'll take
on my
their
scale, it's a 95%. I'm really intrigued, and I still haven't even finished the whole thing. So maybe I can't give you a full, but the
I'll
first 4
take
episodes are
their
good.
thoughts under their ratings under consideration. Yeah. I watched Venom over the weekend with Nick and my brother on Saturday after practice.
Yeah,
There
thanks
was
for
still
leaving
too
me, by
much
the way.
traffic.
You left me. I didn't get an invite.
Shut the hell up. How about it? You want me to get fired? You want me to get angry?
Go
I
ahead.
invited you. You said you had things to do, that you had to go somewhere.
You know what's
I
the
don't know
best part?
what.
You don't have time right now, so keep it going.
I can't stand you. I invited you. I told you, hey, bro, come out, like this and that and that. I'm about to buy the tickets. You want to go? I have to go somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to work for a living, Fernando. You're just slacking off, having fun.
Oh, yeah. I was already done.
By the way, Nick, shout out to Nick. He went to get tacos with us too. So
he did. Yeah, shout out to Nick Hamilton, guest of the show, good friend. So definitely.
By the way, Fernando, just to kind of get you maybe a little fired up, Rotten Tomatoes for Venom, 59%.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm right around that. I thought it was all right. Everybody was chit chatting about everybody was clamoring about the end of credit scene. Okay. I didn't think it was all that mind blowing. I thought we were going to get something interesting about, I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't really, I don't know. I just thought the movie was too basic. I thought there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. I don't like that. I need some more stuff out of it. I mean, other than that, I mean, it was good. I mean, I don't know. I guess 50, 69 is like that. That's a good score, but
so I should stream it at home. You're telling me?
Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with it. I thought it was all right. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. It was funny. So I took it more of as a comedy than I did anything else, but it was all right. I mean, nothing to boat home about. I'm excited though for Spider-Man. Spider-Man, this new movie. I'm so hyped for it. So that one better not disappoint me. Venom too. All right, whatever's. But I'm ready for Spider-Man.
All right, maybe I'll check it out when it comes out. I'm not gonna watch all the Marvel movies, Fran, as you know, but every now and then I'll check out a movie out of order and then not know anything about what's going on.
Spider-Man is the movie that you need to watch, and I'm sure you're gonna watch it because there's gonna be a lot of hype around it.
Hey, but Tobey Maguire's there. I'll watch. Take me back to.
That's what the rumor is, but it should be really interesting. But I mean, honestly, I'm excited for what's coming up. But Gilbert, for the time being, I mean, guys, it's a short. Before I say goodbye, guys, it's a short week. We're gonna try and get that episode recorded and out by Thursday. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to Post Game, to the preview, to the regular Compas. We're going to try and get some guests going, a little bit of a flow. We're just right now trying to handle the season, getting all this together. So we're definitely having a lot of fun with it. We're going to try and throw in some guests for the regular Compas here and there. So thank you guys so much for rocking with us. We're definitely having a lot of fun with this. But Gilbert, for the time being, vámonos.
All right, on to week 5, Fernando. Ya nos vamos, pues vámonos.